And now in Wink News, a welcome sight to parts of Southwest Florida. The Weather Authority has your Easter weekend forecast.
Plus, more construction complaints as a new round of detours in Cape Coral near reality.
And hundreds protest as new information comes to light about the death of an unarmed black man by police.
Now, from Southwest Florida's news leader, this is Wink News at 6.
And did you see any rain today? Well, a few people did, and this is video from I-75 in Lee County early this afternoon. And while small and brief, hopefully the showers will offer some relief to Southwest Florida. Weather Authority meteorologist Zach Malak is in the studio with the latest forecast. Zach?
Yeah, John Carlos, you nailed it. Small and brief did not last long. In fact, looking at live Doppler radar right now, we are dry from Port Charlotte through Fort Myers and now across Naples. We are seeing a few showers now moving inland, far eastern Collier County, far eastern Hendry County. But an hour ago, we actually had some rain, really right across what looks to be Collier Boulevard, 951, as well as Davis, and as well as I-75. But now that rain area has now dissipated. Rain showers will be few and far in between throughout this evening, and we still have that rain chance in the forecast for your Easter Sunday. We do start dry, though, Easter Sunday morning, upper 60s in that forecast, still staying dry through early lunchtime. But come the afternoon, we can see a few more showers popping up. I'll tell you when and where all in just a bit.
Well, Zach, thank you. A house destroyed in a fire. Police are trying to piece together what burnt this home to the ground in Bonita Springs. It happened on Villa Drive, not far from I-75, just before 6 this morning. Wink News reporter Chris Grisby is live in the studio with the details. Chris.
John Carlos, firefighters found this home engulfed in flames. Luckily, though, nobody lived inside as the owners were trying to sell it. But people living nearby were shocked to see the damage done to their homes from the intense flames. Right now, investigators call this fire suspicious and are working to figure out who or what started the fire.
They did their investigation. As far as I know, it's still undetermined until they do their report. Once their report is given, and they give a cause.
Now, we reached out to the homeowner of this property, and he thinks someone may have started the fire intentionally. As soon as we get the final report back from the State Fire Marshal's office about this fire, you can count on Wink News to update you. In the studio, Chris Grisby, Wink News Now.
A new traffic pattern's coming to the streets of Cape Coral, and in an area where many have already raised concerns about construction work. Beginning Monday, the area around the intersection of Southeast 47th Terrace and Southeast 8th Court will close at 5:30 in the morning. Wake News reporter Oliver Redston joins us live from there tonight. And Oliver, several owners say they're losing business during this project.
Yeah, Brittany, they say their businesses are already taking a hit from all of this construction you see around me here, and they expect the intersection closure to make things even worse. We talked to business owners today who say the construction has actually been confusing their customers. Some of their customers can't find parking. One business owner even told us he's had customers who assume his business is closed altogether because of all the barricades. But others are more optimistic. They say they're willing to take a brief hit to their profit margin in the interest of a more beautiful 47th Terrace, as long as the city stays on schedule.
So we're looking at probably 2 months total of work, but as long as they can stick to that, starts floating into 3 months, that's affecting my business, and, I've got to come out of pocket still to pay the same amount of rent when this is going on. So it's a little controversial, but as long as they stick to the deadline, I'm fine.
And the city says the intersection where we're standing, 47th Terrace and 8th Court, should be closed for about 2 weeks. All of the businesses here will remain open throughout the construction. Live in Cape Coral, Oliver Redston, Wink News Now.
Well, thank you, Oliver. And caught on camera, watch as burglars start a shootout in the middle of someone's home. Somebody in that room. Three people broke into a home in Riverview in Hillsborough County. They exchanged gunfire with the people who live there, who are suspected drug dealers themselves. Surveillance video captured the whole incident, as you see there. No one got hurt. Deputies later found 1,200 grams of marijuana, several guns, and cash.
A 10-year-old boy is recovering from a vicious dog attack. We'll warn you, his injuries are a little gruesome. His father says their neighbor's pit bull attacked Noah Curiel this week in North Lauderdale. The dog attacked Noah when the neighbor let him inside the house. The neighbor claims she put her dog away, but somehow he must have slipped out. The boy has serious injuries to his head, face, and ear. The Broward County Sheriff's Office and Animal Control are investigating. Poisoning people's furry family members. One man in St. Petersburg says someone deliberately poisoned his dog. Annabelle later died from eating poisoned food found in her yard. Her owner says whoever did it left behind threatening notes telling him to shut Annabelle up. He says he's heartbroken that someone would do this.
It's horrible, you know. She's my baby. That's my kid. I don't have kids. I come home every day from work and she crawls on the couch and cuddles with me and sleeps in my bed. You know, she's just my baby. I lost a piece of my heart.
McCann says this wasn't the first time it happened. Someone tried to poison Annabelle back in 2016, too. It took her days to recover. Police are still investigating.
A call for unity and action. A rally in Sacramento calls for justice this afternoon in the police shooting of Stephon Clark. Extra police on hand for a Kings and Warriors game tonight. Outrage intensified in recent days after an autopsy showed that Clark was shot 8 times, contrary to police officers' claims. Wink News reporter Laura Podesta has a story from the fight where supporters say this is another life taken too soon.
Protesters gathered in a Sacramento park Saturday. Many are calling for criminal charges to be filed against the 2 police officers who shot and killed Stephon Clark on March 18th.
It's a situation, it's more than color. It comes down to wrong and right.
An autopsy commissioned by Clark's family shows 6 of the bullets struck Clark in the back.
Now, given the totality of the configurations of the trauma noted at the second autopsy, death was not instantaneous.
The gunshots to the back also contradict what the police claimed, that Clark was approaching the officers when they opened fire. Police say they thought Clark was holding a gun. It turned out to be a cell phone.
You shoot us down! We set you down!
Mostly peaceful protests have followed Clark's shooting death. Twice demonstrators blocked the entrance to the Golden One Center, where the NBA's Sacramento Kings were playing. In response, the team announced that they will partner with Black Lives Matter to fund youth programs and bring transformational change to the city's black communities. This event was held Friday.
I think it's a great forum to speak. We're doing some spoken word. People are writing. I think things of that nature are ways to get rid of grief and get through grief, I should say. And I'm just here to lend my support.
Saturday night, Garrett Temple and the rest of the team will play the Golden State Warriors in downtown Sacramento. That's where protesters are focusing their rallies. Laura Podesta, Wink News Now.
And if you want to read more on this case, we've posted all the latest details. You can find them over on the Wink News app. And on the other side of the country, students are holding protests of their own. They took over the administration building at Howard University late this week. It recently came to light that several university employees double-dipped on student aid, and 6 were fired for misappropriating funds. A recent audit found that some employees got more money than their education costs and pocketed the difference. Student leaders say they want more done.
Why we don't have sufficient housing for the amount of undergraduate students here, and why the administration building has no relationship with the students on campus.
Annual tuition at Howard University in Washington, D.C. runs over $40,000. Students want the university president to resign.
The president is withholding money from Syria. The State Department confirms he's holding on to more than $200 million in recovery funds. The hold isn't necessarily permanent. Sources say the president wants more information on how the money is used. The funding is slated for basic infrastructure projects to restore power, water, and roads. Officials expect to discuss it next week. Remembering the Parkland victims taken too soon. Hundreds of bikers rode from West Palm Beach to Parkland this afternoon to honor Meadow Pollock. Meadow was one of the 17 victims in the deadly school shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School last month. They prayed, sang, and held a moment of silence before the Pollock family led the ride in a pickup truck. The ride raised money that'll help build a playground in Meadow's honor.
And bringing Easter joy to kids in recovery, hundreds of bikers gathered at 6 Bend's Harley-Davidson this morning for the annual Easter Bunny Run. Bikers rode to the Golisano Children's Hospital with a police escort. They delivered Easter treats and toys to the kids inside. Many of the bikers say their favorite part is seeing the children's smiling faces when they see the motorcycles.
Pull up and you lose your heart, you cry. I mean, you know, you see that they're really needing it, and it's so much of a joy in your heart.
But to see a bunch of bikers like this get together for a common goal like that, it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
The toys collected today helps the hospital resupply their playrooms.
A billboard sign is causing controversy. Up ahead on Wink News, the head of the organization who put up the sign explains why the group went as far as calling the NRA a terrorist organization.
Plus, Florida homeowners get an unwanted visitor in their pool.
And we are starting dry for your Easter Sunday morning. Even a few areas can be mostly sunny. Your full 10-day forecast coming up.
Well, do you want to take a dip with this scaly guy? The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office tweeted out a photo of an 11-foot alligator in a pool Friday night. They say it broke through the screen porch and headed for the water. An animal trapper eventually pulled it out. Everyone was okay. That is terrifying. Look at how big it is.
You know, it looks like a float in that picture. Imagine coming home, you know, and just wanting to go in your pool and be like...
Yeah, it'd be like a little kid. Mom and Dad, did you get me this little
hey honey,
floaty?
I got a new kid's toy for the pool. Go check it out.
Thankfully, that did not happen.
It's got like the piece of wood and the shark fin, you know, in the water. Just obviously nothing beneath it. But,
yeah,
hey,
it's pretty scary.
But that was clearly, that was something.
It was real. That was actually real.
Yeah, that was real.
What we didn't see too much of today was rain. We saw some rain, but not really a good amount across our area. Just as I mentioned this morning, if you were watching Week News, live Doppler radar, we are seeing a few showers really far inland in the middle portions of the state, right along Alligator Alley, as well as southern and southeastern portions of Hendry County. We actually put this into motion and show the last hour. We actually had a little bit of rain across western portions of Collier County. That has since dissipated, though. If you are watching from Marco Island, there is a small shower now directly over you on your western side. In fact, right along the beach there and even across most of Marco Island, seeing a few sprinkles at the moment. This will not be lasting long. In fact, I see it lasting over the next 15 minutes or so, and you should have a rather dry rest of your afternoon and into your evening with a not too bad forecast starting for your Easter Sunday morning. A closer look at what goes on for our area. In fact, 70s for this evening, mostly cloudy sky. A few showers still staying with us, though not everyone will see the rain. The cloud cover will be seen by everyone, just like we saw across much to all the area for today. Fort Myers right now, you're at 75, 67 is that dew point temperature, so we are still seeing more moisture back in the air. And this north breeze, 10 to 15 miles per hour now. The main cold front we actually saw is now moving through our area, but still it is really stalling out overhead. The main reason we have the cloud cover for today, also the main reason we have cooler than average temperatures, not like the mid to upper 80s we saw the last 4 afternoons. Right now, everyone is in the mid 70s. So the cold front is stalling out. We have a stationary boundary overhead for tomorrow, your Easter Sunday. We will be starting dry tomorrow morning, and notice just that. In fact, a few of our communities may even be mostly sunny. A partly cloudy sky really expected, though, through much of your morning and early afternoon. Lunchtime plans, it is going to remain dry. Not until at least 4 to 5 p.m. we can see a few more showers popping up. Again, really southern portions of our viewing area, Everglades City, Goodland, as well as Marco Island have the best chance of seeing showers for tomorrow afternoon, and a few more showers possibly popping up. Southern Lee County, western Collier County through at least 8 to 9 p.m. tomorrow night. But again, that good news, we are starting dry Easter Sunday morning. Partly cloudy sky. Again, a few of our communities may even be mostly sunny, and temperatures still on the milder side. Mid to upper 60s, lower 70s, very similar to this morning. And we are seeing that full 7-day forecast have temperatures back above average again for your afternoon. 85 degrees, but we are much warmer Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the mid to upper 80s. We are breezy on your Thursday, and a few more rain chances come our way in your Friday and even on your Saturday looking into next weekend. But notice temperature is mid to upper 80s every single afternoon.
Well, Zach, thank you. New tonight, these billboards are causing up controversy. They read the NRA is a terrorist organization. The signs are grabbing drivers' attention and triggering emotional responses. The man behind the signs tells Wink News reporter Kent Justice that's exactly the point.
Well, it got you to call me, which you probably wouldn't have done otherwise, right? It has people talking. We put up these billboards and it begins a conversation.
Claude Taylor is the voice behind Mad Dog Pack. That's the name on the sign, which says in straightforward manner, the NRA is a terrorist organization. Someone who agrees stopped to tell us they like the message.
I think, it's a little strong to say it's a terrorist organization, but in reality it is. We in America like to deny things.
While some will support the message, it's offensive to people like Cord Bird, a state representative and an expert on state and federal firearms law. He's also a member of the NRA.
Wow. So the person that's behind the group that put it up, I mean, he labels himself as a veteran political prankster. But if it's a prank, it's not a very funny one.
The serious issue of responding to the tragedy in Parkland last month is behind the billboard. Debating that serious issue continues with high emotion on both sides.
I think make it very clear to a lot of people that the National Rifle Association, the NRA, has played a critical role in making available to the general public what are essentially our weapons of war.
The NRA and any of these mass shootings had nothing to do with them. And in fact, in the Texas shooting, it was an NRA member and former instructor who stopped the bad guy. And so that's what I would like the other side, the person who put up this sign, to answer that question. Why are you demonizing an organization who's never had anything to do with any of these mass shootings?
The Mad Dog Pack has been around for several months, but that sign just popped up last week.
And in your sports news, our local Super Bowl champ is headed to Cali, and 2 players out of Dunk City are making major moves. Hear how FGCU men's basketball's 2 leading scorers are pushing towards professional play. Plus, the madness continues. Sports is up. And hockey also brought us this special sports story I'm loving. Scott Foster is a 36-year-old accountant, but when the Blackhawks lost both goalies to injuries, he became an NHL player just like that. No hockey team wants to have to use their emergency backup goalie, or EBUG, but in this case, Foster made 7 saves during his 14 minutes on the ice, sealing a win for Chicago and earning the heart of the crowd.
I'm an accountant by day, so a few hours ago I was sitting on my computer typing on a 10 key, and now I'm standing in front of you guys. Just finished 14 and a half minutes of NHL hockey.
This is so wild.
So
to
what was
go
that?
From a fan to onto the ice.
EBUG, E-Bug?
Yes,
E-Bug.
E-Bug. There's a very small E-Bug club too. Again, no team wants to have to use their emergency backup goalie, but he not only stepped in, he stepped up. So
awesome.
Being a Blackhawks fan, I never even knew the emergency backup goalie even existed,
Right.
and knowing that he's an accountant too, it's impressive. Hey, maybe I should start, practicing. And I could,
You never know.
Maybe
Yeah,
be an
check it
emergency
off the
backup
bucket list.
goalie. Might as well. Hey, the forecast though for your Easter Sunday, we are starting dry tomorrow morning. A few showers though back in your forecast through the late afternoon and evening across many of our coastal communities. 85 your high, 87 for your Monday, 88 for Tuesday, back at 87 for Wednesday. So we are back on the warmer side once again, and we do need the rain. A few more showers come our way Friday and next Saturday.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We'll be back at 11.